Also, the new guy who made what was his name? The who made the recent Mummy? Something Lee
Oh, Lee Cronin.
Lee Cronin. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, man. I'm
he's
I'm I'm
up
looking
there
forward to
too.
watching it tonight or tomorrow. Yeah,
Oh, you're going tomorrow,
either or. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it,
dude.
man. Yeah, because I'm like those. I've been like recently. I've been into like the older Universal
Yeah,
properties.
heck yeah,
So
man,
I'm looking forward to this modern adaptation. Yeah.
dude. Um, I'll talk about the Mummy a little bit here. I won't give you any spoilers or anything, or anybody in the chat, because I'm sure a lot of people still hasn't seen it.
Yeah, man.
I will say I agree with you that Lee Cronin is definitely like one of the best, and he's got some more projects on the way too. I've heard. I'm not sure what they are,
Yeah.
but he's definitely great. The Mummy is unique. It's not like I will say it's not your typical Mummy movie. Just know that going in. Um, I know we haven't done our
Yeah, I
ranking yet
heard.
for
Yeah.
Evil Dead. Obviously he directed Evil Dead Rise, which I thought was really good. What did you think of Evil Dead Rise? I mean, we'll start with that.
Yeah, I mean, it was good, man. I dug it, and that's one of the main reasons. Like, people are saying it feels like an Evil Dead film, so I'm looking
It
forward to that.
does.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say. It feels very much like Evil Dead Rise. So, like, if you're a fan of Evil Dead Rise, you're probably gonna like The Mummy. But if you go in wanting a typical Mummy movie, you're not gonna get that. But I will
yeah,
say that this movie has some very disgusting moments, some very creepy moments. There are a few times where I actually cringed watching the movie because the new Mummy movie uses pretty much all practical effects, and it shines in the movie. I
yeah,
will say that there's a few things that happen where I was literally in the theater like, ooh, like it's gonna make you cringe a little bit. It's definitely gross, and it ultimately is a Evil Dead movie with a mummy involved. That's all I'll say.
yeah, man.
So I don't
Yeah,
spoil it.
it's definitely a big pot, like a big major release of the
Yeah.
Mummy. Like, it's a big like it's not like a underground kind of movie. Like you could say, like the latest horror films. Also, like for example, Silent Night, Deadly Night. That was like bloody
Yeah.
disgusting. It wasn't like
Yeah.
everywhere, but the Mummy, yeah, man, it's like a big
The
major release, and the promotion was great, man. I've seen a
yeah.
lot of like promo they try to do with that. It was great. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
The Mummy, topped anything in that new Silent Night, Deadly Night movie. I'll say that. There's a few things in it that is literally pretty
Oh yeah,
disgusting, which is
oh
pretty
yeah. Like I said,
impressive.
man, yeah. Since it's a bigger, more.
Yeah.
It's not like a underground kind of movie. Like it's like like it's a major studio release. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
definitely like everyone's been posting. Everyone like positive, but I've also heard like negatives, but
Yeah.
like I
I've
said, man,
heard
I think
negatives too.
yeah, I think like you said, I guess it has. If you're one of those people who's into like gore and all
Yeah.
that like extra stuff, this is the movie for you. You know,
It delivers.
uh,
It delivers on that. I will say that, it's
like Evil Dead
almost
Rise did. Yeah,
yes, just like Evil Dead Rise did. I will say that this leans more toward a possession movie. I'll say that. That's all I'm gonna
yeah,
say about it.
yeah.
But with
I've heard
that,
as well. Like it's like a different story than your typical like
yeah.
mummy story.
Yeah,
So
it's not your typical mummy just coming back from the dead, which I like because,
yeah,
they try to remake the old Universal monsters, and, like, half the time it just doesn't work. Like that Wolfman movie we got last year from, Lee Winnell didn't really
Blumhouse.
land
Yeah,
for me. Yeah, a lot of that because the new Mummy's Blumhouse also, but I feel like a lot of them they just almost try to copy and paste, like, what the original movie is. This one does not
yeah.
do that. This is like its own Mummy thing, and that's why I
Also, this
respect
new
it
one
even
is
more.
Blumhouse.
Yeah, Blumhouse, yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yep.
man. Yeah, that's a good sign then. I mean, I think that all has to do with credit to the director Lee Cronin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and James Wan
uh
produced it, I think, as well.
yeah, man. And from what I've heard, he passed on because I know we're also getting like new Evil Dead films, which is the
Yep.
we just found out the new one's coming out in July. Evil Dead
Yep,
Burn,
July.
right?
Yeah, Evil Dead
Yeah,
Burn,
man.
yeah.
And from what I heard, he passed on the next Evil Dead film
Yeah,
to work on the Mummy. And
right.
I think that's a good idea because like I said, the Mummy's like a big property. So
Mhm.
obviously, like I don't know if he was like a new director, right? But it was a good start, starting from Evil Dead
Yeah.
movie and then going on to the Mummy, which is Universal, right? A bigger property.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I read as well. Like he passed on these latest Evil Dead films. But I'm looking forward to the
Yeah.
new Evil Dead movies as well, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too, man. I'm excited to see where it goes.
I
But
think
the
they
only
shot
thing
them back to back, right?
I think
I'm
so.
pretty
I
sure
mean, does
because
Evil Dead Wrath come out next year or 2028?
I think it's gonna be Evil Dead Burn first, and then
Yeah.
Wrath. But from what I know, they're coming out like the new one's coming out this year, and then the next one next year. So I'm pretty sure they shot
Okay.
them back to back because they announced
Yeah.
them the same time. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm excited. I did see that Sam Raimi said that Evil Dead Wrath, I think it's like one of the most like extreme Evil Dead movies, or the more extreme like
Yeah.
out of the two that they've shot recently. So I'm excited for that one, but I'm definitely excited for Evil Dead Burn also. But I will
Both of
say
them.
one
Yeah.
thing about Lee Cronin though. I'm hoping he doesn't stick with this style for like all of the movies he makes going forward, because I feel like if every movie he makes just feels like Evil Dead, it's not going to work for him. I think it worked for the Mummy, but I think whatever he does next,
Yeah.
he's going to have to change his style a little bit, or else it's just going to feel repetitive, you know?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So hopefully these new filmmakers, man. I'm not sure who's behind the new Evil Dead
Yeah,
films,
I'm not either.
but hopefully they bring something different than Evil Dead Rise. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah. But you're
definitely.
right about Cronin. Yeah.